Hello, it's Andy again from the Egocast channel. My pants. And today I'm going to be looking at a Ranting Feminist video. I really like Ranting Feminist. I think she's funny, and she does some funny videos. It's kind of half sarcastic, but not really. Like, I don't know. I think she's funny. She does funny videos. Like, I think she's trying to be serious, but it comes off kind of funny. And I don't know. I like her. Like, I genuinely do like her. She has a lot of good points. She comes up with a lot of good points. So, I'll give it to her. But she's like, just almost there. Like, just a little nudge in the right direction. And I think everything will click in her brain. She's pretty cool. So, we're going to check out this video. She's talking about booby streamers. Yay! Titties!
Hello.
Hello!
Today I'll be talking about what has come to be known as booby streamers. That is, women who play video games and profit from it while displaying themselves in a sort of sexual manner.
Like the girls that are that little bit more respectful than the fucking chicks that masturbate on cam. Well, there you go.
These women have been the subject of much scorn lately for using their looks to gain status in gaming.
See, I don't understand that. Like, just jerk off to them. See, I'm going to here's what I'm going to do. She's speaking from a female perspective. And she's really speaking from a very strictly female perspective. She has almost no insight whatsoever on the male mind. And that's what makes me laugh about her. Because she says these things and it's like, well, yeah, exactly. So many times I'm like, yeah, that's the way we think. It really is that way. So it's very funny for that. So I'm going to kind of like translate dude for her. So if she watches this, I know she's watched one of my videos before, and I'm kind of trying to cultivate a decent back and forth with her in comments and stuff. So if she winds up seeing this video, I'm going to kind of explain the way dudes think to you. I don't know. It just seems like you have no insight into the male mind. So I'm going to relay to you, at least the way I think, and the way every guy that I've ever met in my life thinks. So maybe it's a northeastern Ohio thing. Maybe it's that localized. I don't know.
I'm critical of this mindset because I believe that so-called booby streamers are a natural progression that have resulted from the way female gamers are being seen by male gamers, typically speaking.
See, you're half right. Like, you're half right. It's a typical progression of, A, everything involving technology sooner or later leads to sex, which can't be argued. I mean, they're making sex robots that are way better than any, like, factory robot I've ever seen. So, go figure that's where the research is going, because that's the shit that's going to sell. So it's pretty much a natural progression of that. Like, you got the cam girls, and they do their thing, and then now you've got girls that don't want to go that far, but they know they can still make money, and they do these Twitch streams, or whatever the fuck it is, and they throw their titties out there, and kids watch them. Like, it's for prepubescent boys. Like, no, not prepubescent. That's fucked up. It's for boys that are going through puberty. They're into that kind of shit, so they're gonna watch that kind of shit, and it gets them fucking hot. That's why they do so well. That's it. Like, kids that aren't at the point where they can really talk to girls yet, and guys that are long past the point of being able to talk to girls. There you go. Those are the people that pay them money.
Now, first of all, I want to get this out of the way now. I'm not trying to say that male gamers are evil or sexists, so I'd like it if you'd give me the benefit of the doubt here, as I know that not all male gamers will be responsible for this sort of attitude.
I always understand you. Like, you explain yourself a whole lot. And I get why you do it, because you don't want to get killed in the comments and shit like that over stupid nonsense. But you're going to get stupid nonsense no matter what. You over-explain. I get it.
But a great enough number have been that profiting from emphasizing sexuality while gaming is even a possibility in the first place. I think that really the market for this kind of content is more responsible for it than the women who've taken advantage of the market.
Exactly. Sex sells. And it's sexy to watch these girls with these giant ass titties playing video games. And it's really good to watch the ones that suck. Like, those are the ones that are the best. Is the chicks that suck and they get all upset. Like, those are the ones that I watch. Those make me laugh. But, like, titties. Titties makes the world go round. I don't know how to explain it. It's a fucking thing in our stupid little lizard brains that doesn't make any sense. Just titties.
As a woman who's been into gaming for a long time now, basically since childhood, I can attest to the treatment of women in gaming contributing to the existence of so-called booby streamers.
See, and no, it kind of relates to that, but not really. It's sex sells. That's really all it comes. That's why we have booby streamers, because girls figured out I like video games, and I like playing video games, and I like making money and not really having a job. And I got big boobs. Boy, how can I make this work for me? Like, that was the whole thought process. And some girls started doing it, and every other girl that has titties and likes playing video games and wants to make money and not have a real job, they all went, I'm gonna do that. And boobies. That's how it happened. But we'll delve into the way that guys treat women, because I have some strong things to say about that as well.
In my experiences, there are 4 broad types of reactions I get when people are aware of my gender in games. Generally, I just don't really make anyone aware of it, since it's pretty irrelevant.
See, and I completely and utterly agree with you. Your gender is irrelevant to the way that you play video games. It has a relevancy to the behavior that you will display while you're playing video games, but very little relevance as to the skill level. Totally agree with that.
There are, of course, the guys who don't care that I'm a woman, and to me this is my favourite kind of reaction, since really I dislike any kind of unusual attention just for my gender. My preference is just when people totally ignore it and treat me like any other player.
And that's generally the way that I am. I don't care. If you're a good player, or if you're at the very least funny to talk to, I will play with you for years. Like, and that goes with anybody. I don't really care. It doesn't make a difference to me. As long as I am somehow feeling that I am getting a benefit to our relationship, I will quest with you to kill any dragon you wish. And I will make jokes about your gender, but it's banter. That's the way that I get along with people. And I won't do it if you're one of the type of people that gets upset and you're mean. You know, I'll be like, alright, whatever. And I just won't bother. But, yeah. No, I give a fuck less.
The other kinds of reactions are quite frustrating, however, since while meaning well, a lot of male gamers will sort of white knight for me while we're playing a game. And while this seems nice on the surface, it's basically telling me in a coded way that they see me as some kind of damsel in need of protection, or that it feels like they don't think I'm competent enough to play the game without their help.
See, that it really doesn't have anything to do with that. They want to hook up with you. As ridiculous and retarded as that sounds, they want to in some way get off with you or to you somehow. Like that's the end game. All of the protection and white knighting, all of that shit is because they think that maybe you'll like them because of that and start talking to them, and then maybe who knows what happens from there. Like love blossoms. I don't know. But that is the mindset. It isn't I want to protect you. It's I want to make you mine. It's a dominance play, and it never works, and it's so stupid. But guys still do it for some dumb fuck reason. I don't understand it. I never fucking did that shit because it was dumb. Fight your own fucking battles.
And maybe that's on me. And again, I want to say that the guys doing this aren't bad people at all.
Yeah, see, they're actually really bad people. They're the worst of the people because they're the controlling ones. You know what I mean? Like, only somebody that's a control freak would step in between two strangers and decide to pick a side based completely off of gender, and then do some of the things that I've seen and heard some of the guys do when they do that shit. And those are the worst of the people. They're really bad people. They should be avoided.
I don't even think this is a conscious choice on their part.
It absolutely is a conscious choice on their part. They know exactly what they're going for. They're going for you. You are the prize to be won to them. That's why they're fighting all the dragons. Get the relation?
But I do find it highly uncomfortable when men give me special attention or special treatment in video games where they don't with the other players who are male, and I can only presume that they are only doing that towards me because I'm a woman.
Yeah. But you're off by like 1 degree. 'Cause you got a pussy. That's it. They want sex. That's all it is.
The final two reactions are less common nowadays, and really never were the majority of gamers, but it still impacts how women think of themselves in gaming. The second last one is where men make remarks about how awesome it is that X-woman is playing video games and how hot that is. This is probably what's contributing the most to the market for booby streamers.
Yes! That's exactly what it is. The girlfriend experience. These guys watch these girls play video games, or they play video games with them, or whatever, and they're watching them on TV, and it's almost as good as having the real thing, the hot chick in the room with you playing games with you. It's exactly what it is.
I find it uncomfortable because I feel othered and like I'm not really comfortable with the excessive praise and attention when I just want to play the game.
See, I understand that, but you are othered. No matter how you look at it. Like, honestly, I think I've gamed with maybe 4 girls in my life. All of them were pretty cool, and that's it. Like, I mean, unless you want to count, like, massively multiplayer online games, but really, you can never really know. And I think I only ever actually sussed out one of them as actually being a girl. Maybe 5 or 6 girls in my life. And, you know, so, yeah, you are an oddity. You're a rarity. You are exotic. And no matter how much you don't want to be that way, you just got to kind of accept it and roll with that shit. And understand that you can use that to your advantage. See, I gamed with one smart girl, Nugget. Hi, Nugget. She never watches my videos. Anyways, I gamed with one smart girl, and she would get all the white knights. She would friend all the white knights because they were like the geekiest of the geekiest. So they would get her shit in games. It was awesome. Like, I took advantage of that with her. It was great. It was a lot of fun. But, you know, whatever. Yeah.
And not have romantic or sexual advances from other players and that kind of thing. The simple fact that I'm approached in this way while playing a video game when no one knows what I look like or anything, it's kind of telling about the kinds of guys which go straight for that.
Yeah, those guys are fucking some ridiculous guys, but they don't need to know what you look like. You got a cute voice. That's it. There you go. Because they don't, I mean, it's not like they're actually thinking they're going to have sex with you. They want you to talk dirty. And you got a cute voice and a cute accent, and it's like almost everything is not in your favor, just reality-wise. If you want to have a nice, calm, relaxing gaming experience with strangers online, you've got nothing going in your favor. I'm really sorry.
I think that really, these guys, again, they're not evil or anything, but they do contribute to this atmosphere where women feel like their place in gaming is sort of as a love interest or damsel or whatever.
Yeah. You, like... Here's a good way to explain it. You become Princess Peach. You know? And every Mario out there is trying to save you. And you become an added element to the game. These guys fight over girls, and they think if I help her out, maybe she'll like me. It's the weirdest mindset in the world, but that's, I mean, dudes are desperate. Guys that are playing video games a lot, they're doubly as desperate because they're playing video games a lot. So they're going to do everything that they think might possibly work, because you never know. They're playing the numbers game. But like I said, I've gamed with maybe 6 girls in my life. So when they run into a girl, it's like, oh my god, here's my chance. Oh my god, I gotta really impress her. And then they fucking go apeshit. So, like I said, you really have everything going against you if you want to game with strangers and have it be a good experience.
The final reaction is probably the worst, and I would also say it's the rarest, and I actually haven't encountered this for a few years now. But this is basically where certain men get outright abusive at women who are playing the game and attack her based on her gender, basically throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, fuck those dudes. Those guys are pieces of shit.
And I realise that men get called names on games as well. Like, I see a lot of sort of homophobic slurs getting thrown around, but it does seem a bit gendered the way women get attacked in games a lot of the time.
See, you know what's really funny here? You're never really in... I mean, you should get a gender-neutral whatever, gamer tag, whatever it is you game under. Get a gender-neutral one and don't use a mic. Right? And get into a room with a bunch of guys and don't let them know that you're a girl and just listen to the shit they fucking say to each other. They say some rank-ass, horrible shit to each other. But as soon as a girl pops in, you become the focus. So, you miss out on a lot of that fucking nonsense because you're a girl. So now everybody's paying attention to you. Because you're the oddity. You're the other. As shitty as it is, it just is. You are, statistically. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, you get a lot of guys that are just pricks, and fuck those dudes, man. Boot those motherfuckers.
I mean, by these kinds, not just generally. It's quite disturbing, and I'm aware that many of these guys are just doing it for a reaction or so-called trolling.
See, they're not doing it to troll you. They're doing it because they genuinely are just despicable motherfuckers. Like, that's what it comes down to. Anybody that says it's trolling... Like, I get throwing out a Facebook post that's a meme and saying, oh, I'm just trolling it. But no, guys that attack women, they attack everybody. It doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter to them. You're just the girl. So they'll attack you because you're the girl. They attack everybody all the time. Boot those motherfuckers. It's what we always do. Every time somebody starts fucking running their mouth, boot the motherfucker, don't give a shit. Like... Fuck that nonsense.
But it still fosters a bad environment for women in gaming.
That's right, you pricks. You're ruining it for everybody.
On the plus side, many times these assholes in the final category react in the way they do. They get called out for being awful by the other players, male or female. In fact, I've got many anecdotes I could tell where somebody has started being an asshole just because I'm a female player, and there've been other people around me, well, other players have jumped up and said, hey, stop being like that.
Fuck that. Boot 'em!
So to sum it up, the best way to treat other women in games is just to treat them like you would any other player. No special treatment or shunning, since both are just telling women in gaming that they're the other and not the norm.
And that's the unfortunate thing. You are the other. You are not the norm. And it's changing. It's changing dramatically. Like, I've gamed with a lot more girls recently than I have in years past. So it is changing, and it needs to change to the point where you are a more common occurrence. You know, when you wind up running into a girl once or twice in a party during a night of playing a game, it's not an oddity anymore. You're not exotic anymore. People will get used to you, and then they won't give a shit anymore. It's like life, you know, like when more and more black people started coming around in my city that I grew up in. It wasn't an oddity anymore. It was a fucking everyday occurrence, so you stop paying attention to it. But for a long time, it was, oh my god, there's a black person. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You need to integrate, and you need to be more common. More girls need to play video games. And then people will stop giving a shit. It's life. It's how it works.
With the special treatment aspect specifically, I think that this is what directly created the Booby streamers, since lots of men in gamings have...
That's what I like about her. She's self-depreciating humor. She does that. It makes me giggle every fucking time. Love her videos.
In gaming have been overly fond of women who play video games and putting us on a kind of pedestal for perceived sexual attractiveness.
There you go. And like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like. You have a girl voice. Like, that's what makes you different. It's not like they can see you. That doesn't matter. You have a girl voice. That's it. They know you're a girl. Their imagination will fill in the blanks. Believe me. They all know exactly what you look like, and it's not anywhere near what you look like. Trust me.
Now, I'm not talking about when you go, oh, we have this in common, that's really cool. It's more the extreme of that where it's, oh my god, all female gamers are so sexy, why can't I get a female gamer, and all this kind of over-the-top sort of thing.
That is the mindset of every guy that is playing a video game. Why can't I get a girl that would want to play video games with me? There you go. Nailed it.
Trying to convey that I only mean the extreme position, not simply just finding it attractive having stuff in common. That's normal. I mean the extreme.
They're all extreme under the surface. They're all extreme under the surface. But, you guys, just as a tip, don't give a shit. You hear a girl voice, go, oh, you're a girl. And they'll go, yeah, that's cool. And then just play the fucking game. Don't refer back to it. Just, that's cool. And then play the fucking game. Pay attention to the game. If there's anything going on there, just let your personality bring it out. Don't fucking beg. Every guy, stop begging. Fucking, this is a big problem with women. We beg. Stop begging. Just fucking let it happen. If it happens, sweet. If it doesn't, there'll be another girl that will come along. Stop begging. Just, they're people. Be with people. Treat people like people. Why can't people treat people like people?
So the answer to this problem isn't just to insult or berate the women who are so-called booby streamers, but rather to just recognise that women in gaming are just other players in the game and ordinary people. The special treatment is often insulting to women like myself, and makes certain women see an obvious profit to be made off this market. I don't really kind of begrudge these women their right to make content like this, since it is financially viable content to make, and there's obviously a market for it that's more than willing to pay money to see it. So really, it's the existence of a market, and it's somebody willing to provide a service as far as I'm concerned.
Hookers!
In summary, I don't think being angry at booby streamers, as they're called, and honestly, saying booby streamers really just kind of makes me giggle.
Booby.